Millions of single folk are looking for romance online. The cheapskates use eBay. But the cultured individual might choose a dating portal. Still, it can be hard to top Man with Love Shack seeks bouffant songbird. Maybe not that hard. Well, Kathleen Roldan from Match.com has 5 tips for writing a better personal ad. We'll see if we can hook you up with someone. So please welcome back the director of dating. That's the only time I've ever heard that title.
Well, I'm the only one.
Really, in the entire universe.
As far as I know.
Really?
I'm the only director of
See,
dating.
and I really wish that this had been happening like a long time ago when I first started to get online, because we had to rely on tools that hadn't been developed yet. I mean, we would use BBSs or message boards or chat rooms.
Absolutely.
And Match.com has kind of come along and organized that all for us.
Right, and actually, you know, we continue to have new features on the site. So not only will you see the information and photos that people have up, but there's instant messaging, and we have some new features coming up this year.
Really?
So stay tuned.
Can you tell us or not?
Well, one of the things we have coming up is video. And you'll hear more about that soon.
Well, see and hear more about it.
See and hear, absolutely.
Right. So making a good personal ad, it's kind of like, I think, writing almost like a newspaper article. You got to have, first of all, a good headline, a catchy headline.
That's a really good analogy because it is like an ad. I mean, you are going to sell yourself, and you want to write something that will entice the reader to continue on and read more. And so something that is compelling, upbeat, maybe a little humorous, I think is a great way to get someone's attention.
Oh, without a doubt. So someone like this is a real profile here, would be an example of a not-so-good one?
Not so good. First off, it's in all caps and has exclamation points, and I think that that's just, you don't know how someone's going to read that. It sounds like someone's screaming at you. And then right there in the headline, a typo. So you want to make sure to read over what you've written and make sure it's spelled correctly.
All right, so that's an example of a bad one. Let's see a good one here. Ooh, are all the good ones taken? Why, yes, we are. I mean, you. Because you're engaged now.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations. You didn't meet your fiancé online, though, did you?
No, we didn't. But I did have a profile up on Match a couple years ago. But he and I are old friends, and then one thing led to another, and
now you're engaged. Yeah. Dang, you can see, even without zooming in, you can see that rock. All right, okay, back to this. Good headline,
it's
attention
a nice
grabber.
Headline. It asks a question. It compels you to read more. It's upbeat. And what's nice here, which we didn't see on the other profile, is that she has a really nice photo.
Yeah, that was another thing I caught, yeah. Now, this is her, too. I mean, this is not like a scan in from a magazine. This is her.
It's absolutely her. And, in fact, you can click on additional photos. You can post several photos on Match.com. And this shows her in different settings. All of them are very clear and show her full face, which is really a good way to go.
And you notice all the ex-boyfriends have been cropped out. That's also a good thing to do when you're, looking for love online. You don't want to.
Well, you preferably want to find a photo that doesn't necessarily have your ex-boyfriends cropped out of it.
Like cut out, like with scissors.
Right.
But this would be something.
Or just an X over the face.
Oh, told you, Raj. He's never done it before. I'm just using his, and So this would be a bad thing, not having a picture.
Not having a photo is, and in fact, we found that the profiles with photos are clicked on 8 times more often.
8 times?
So, if you want to have a popular profile, get your photo up there.
Now, the description here, I was looking at this one a little earlier, seemed pretty general, and this person had me at Pete's Coffee. And, I mean, she describes herself pretty well. She says what kind of coffee she likes.
That's actually, and the paragraph in this profile is actually pretty good. And I think if you write about specifics, really come up with interesting things that you're interested in, I think anyone who's a fan of Pete's Coffee, myself included, that's, definitely something that will get someone's attention and get them to send you an email.
But you got to be genuine when it comes to this stuff.
Right. You want to be genuine, straightforward. Have someone read your profile and say, does this sound like me? Is this a vibrant description of what I'm like, and it's upbeat and compelling? And while you want to be honest, you don't necessarily have to get into every detail about your life and about your past relationships. And
yeah, but this person didn't even tell me anything. I'll tell you later about everything about her personality.
Right. And this is a fun section where it's all multiple choice.
Yeah. No wrong answers.
No wrong answers. It's easy to fill out. It will make sure that you get better matches when you click on the matches.
Yeah.
So, you definitely want to take the time and just fill out the information.
All right. And then to kind of go back to an earlier point, watch your spelling.
Absolutely. Run spell check, especially in that paragraph section, and make sure that makes sense grammatically, and that it says what you want to say. Again, have someone else read it and say, does this sound like I'm being sarcastic, or is this like conveying the message I want to convey?
Now, is that the electronic equivalent? Does this make my butt look big? I don't.
Well, I didn't think of it that way, but sure, absolutely.
Then I'm never answering that question. Okay, I said I used to do this kind of, well, not online dating, but I used to meet people a long time ago. But it was a lot of work. I mean, you can't just sit there and wait for things to happen. You have to pound the pavement.
Right, and that's really one of the biggest tips I have is that you can't just sit back and wait for people to email you. And you have the capability where you can do a search, you can email lots of people, transition to a telephone conversation, and then go on lots of dates. And the more dates you go on, the better your odds, and the more fun you'll have in eventually finding that special someone.
It's a lot easier now to meet women online. I get emails, I swear to God, like 50 of them a day. Like, women send me pictures of their webcams. And like...
Oh, really? And
not the kind of women you want to associate with in society. But thank you so much, Kathleen, for doing the work that you're doing over at Match.com. If you've been wooking penub in all the wrong places, head over to our website, techtv.com/call for help for even more helpful hints. You can date people like me. Don't laugh. I could be dating your daughter or married to her.